Hello there, I'm a G-Bro, and I noticed that you're not subscribed, and you haven't liked the video, ha 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 ha.
Do it now or I'll make you do a push-up every time you blink.
Oh, by the way, if you don't know what's going on, watch the other part for this video, link in the description, or just click the iCard. Before I can start implementing actual game functions for this place, I would like to add more features. But before I can add more features, I have to optimize code. First thing I need to do, fix the titles over the player's head. They're currently unreadable from a distance. Okay, let's fix it. Whew, okay, that was difficult. Okay, I'm gonna call it a night. Good night, guys. Alright, most code has been optimized. Now I have the go-ahead to create some cool new features. The first one I'm planning on is the Fire Mage, one of the harder classes to get. The Fire Mage is powerful in almost all stats, but there's always a drawback. This being that the mage has the longest cooldown time, meaning the player has to be very thoughtful of where and when they're going to use their abilities. I added the Fire Mage as an option on the GUI. Here's how it works. By giving it a name, it gets sent to this block of code, which tells the server what class it is, and boom, now there's a Fire Mage class. Yes, it's that easy. Well, I mean, I still have to make the abilities, so there's that. Oh, and I also have to create new cooldowns, so maybe it isn't that easy. Next, I made this class have regular health, which is 500. Some classes, like the ninja and the tank, have different health, and I would change that here. But in this case, it's already on the standard humanoid, so we're Gucci. Okay, cooldowns. How am I supposed to do that? The current system that I have in place right now is held upon 4 different scripts for the 4 different abilities. Well, 5 actually, if we include all 4, which you should try right now. Each of these systems are actually very customizable, which is something that is essential for most scripts in a growing game. Your script should always be fit to face the dangers of the outside world. So, all I need to do in order to add a new cooldown is just make a different path that the program can take if the player is the Fire Mage class. Once I got that complete, I replicated it to each and every one of the other scripts, adding different cooldowns for each one. The hardest part of it all was creating the abilities, for sure. This is because I need to actually use my imagination. Yuck. Using my imagination? I figured that this class needed an AoE attack, so I made the animation, did some magic, and boom, on to the next ability. For this ability, I wanted to implement a new feature to my game that has never been seen before. Paralysis. And I decided that the Fire Mage's secondary would be perfect for this. Mostly because it could lead to a combo where the player paralyzes the enemy and then lights him on fire. Arson. Animation. Flame. I got it to work. And it doesn't really paralyze them. I felt like that would be a bit boring, so I don't know. I just slowed them down. Also, when you fire the flame, it doesn't really follow the player, it kind of lags back. This was intentional. This wasn't intentional. But I liked it better than what I thought of, so I kept it in the game. Now, all I have to do is add a custom regular ability, and then playtest this class so I can figure out what its weakness is. Unlike most regular abilities in my game, this is going to be one of the most useful because it's long-ranged. After some intense playtesting, I found that most things need to be fixed. First one being the primary. It was way too OP. It would insta-kill, so I made it cause a burn effect that was RNG based. Now if you get burned, it's up to RNG if you die. Ignore the errors, by the way, they don't mean anything. Also, the secondary was in need of a buff, so I stopped being lazy and made it so the flame follows your hand so it's more accurate. I also figured out what the special ability would be, so let's work on that. Whew, that was surprisingly easy. I hope there isn't anything wrong. Ah, I spoke too soon. Okay, I got it working. It doesn't do any damage, and it can be paired with the primary to inflict fire damage. Epic! I had to do some more bug fixes, and I felt like the speed of the players was whack, so I scaled that down. Okay, that's the Fire Mage down. Now let's go on to the next one. I call this one No Class, because why not? And this one was inspired from my brother, a Storm class. Basically, it would use lightning and other storm-like thingies to attack people. So the first thing I did was actually make the lightning for his primary. Don't look at that. It looks pretty boring by itself, so I came up with a genius idea to rotate it while it's being spawned in so it looks like it's being animated. God, I'm just so smart. Before I started programming his primary ability, I wanted to add this cool effect to the player if they pick this class. It's like lightning, but it comes out of your face. For the primary, I made a lightning strike appear in front of you, and I didn't like how I executed it. So I remade it and added more effects. It's all about the effects. The effect I wanted was boom. I feel like a boom would be great for this. Boom! Easy claps. I also found a glitch that does this. It's pretty funny, except I literally have no clue what's happening. So I guess that's in the game now. It also flings people back, which is a nice feature. Okay, on to the next. Lightning ball go bzzz. Now for the final touch. I really wanted the Storm special ability to actually make sense. Using the power of angular velocity with a combination of body velocity and amazing programming, it works wonders. Wait a minute. Okay, now it works wonders. Okay, that's it for this part of the journey. Next I will program real life in Roblox. Good night.